to the Shelf Sisters. Happy May Bookish. Oh my God, we're on to the Bookish now. We have honestly done so much research before this episode. We have booked to TV/movie adaptations today.
Part 1.
Yes, because there's
so much.
There's so many. I sent Sarah Shalis and she was like, let me add mine now. And I was like, girl, like I don't have 2 hours to be sitting here.
Recording.
Yeah. But before that, Sarah, how was your Met Monday? We're recording on a Tuesday, and we had a very eventful night last night in bed, just like watching everyone go out in outfits.
Scrolling and judging outfits in our matching PJs. So, Met Monday, the most important Monday of the year. Honestly, it was fabulous.
I was so looking forward to it. Like, I told Chico, I was like, I'm telling you, I'm out of commission tonight. I can't cook. I can't do anything. I'm going to be in bed by 4:30 watching the live streams. Which live stream did you watch? Can I ask you?
I watched the Vogue one, but they had Vogue and another correspondent.
Okay.
So it was Lala and then these 2 other...
Okay, I'm so happy that you watched Vogue.
So we watched the same one?
No, because I watched E, and I need to hear your thoughts about Vogue. Let me explain.
Oh, I don't know why you did that.
This was my fault because I tried to look for other live streams. Like, I did not want to do E because they honestly suck at it. But for some reason, I couldn't find Vogue. I couldn't find another one.
What were you searching on?
I just Googled like Met Gala live stream, and I don't even know if I went to Vogue. I didn't know that they had one themselves.
So literally every time, like every evening when I'm ready to cook, whatever, I go straight to YouTube because I'm like, oh, and let me catch up on the day today, on YouTube. And the first thing that popped up on my YouTube was the Vogue Met coverage. And everyone walking the carpet, and I loved how they did the carpet interviews on the side, but then you also saw everyone walking up the stairs, so you could still see people trip. You can see everyone's train. You got both visuals. I was going back and forth, loved it, and then you saw some interviews.
Okay, I think you had a better time than
I was
did.
fast forwarding like a lot because I started a little bit later.
Okay, I didn't do that. Like, when I started a little bit later, too, but I just, like, went straight to the live. But let me tell you about E, and tell me if you had the same issue with Vogue. First of all, the interview, her name is Suri. I can't remember her last name.
Wait, Zuri Hall?
Oh, Zuri. Sorry, yeah.
She's stunning.
She is, and she's a really great interviewer. The weird thing was, every time they panned to her, like, you could see the celebrity. And Zuri, you only saw her mouth on the top right-hand corner of the TV. It was so weird. Like, if I was her, I would have been pissed because it's like, I'm sure she looked great and had her hair and makeup done, and you're going to show, like, a corner of my mouth, and, like, they wouldn't even say her name.
That's so awkward.
So, like, I know because I watch E, but, like, if you don't know that. And even, like, forget about, like, her not being named or seeing whatever. It was the weirdest camera angle. And then the other part of it was the panel of judges, essentially, but you can't even call them that because they weren't judging anything. They were literally the most...
Was it Kelsey or...
No, they were the most PC people ever.
I hate that.
It pissed me off.
I hate that.
It was, oh my God, I can't even remember that. I only know one name, Christian Siriano, the fashion designer. He was the
Justin
only one. No. Honestly, these like ragtag people on there besides him, but he was the only one saying his actual thoughts, and like his non-PC stuff was still like on the neutral level, too nice. And the fact that it was still very nice, and the other judges, they looked like they wanted to crawl away from him and not be seen
in
with
the same
him.
Camera?
Yes. And I was like, you guys need to calm down.
It's just clothes, you guys.
No, and people would pull up looking like not the greatest, and they would be like, we always can't wait to see her on the red carpet. We need her. She looks so beautiful. She's such a fashionista. Like, it was so bad. And I was like, you guys need to get a grip. And then, like, after one comment from Christian Siriano, everyone else, like, the next time someone came up and he didn't love them, he, like, you kind of saw it on his face, but it still wasn't bad. It's not like he was like, like, what is this? And they would look at him, they would be like, Christian, like, what do you have to say? As if he literally was saying, like, I want to murder these people. It was so crazy.
I don't love that. No, okay, let me tell you about Vogue.
Okay.
I thought Lala did amazing.
Okay. I like her.
Yeah,
I'm so upset I didn't watch her.
I know,
Yeah.
and I think she's actually friendly with these people, so I thought it was very...
Like the Kardashians and stuff.
Yeah, not even that. Like when Keke Palmer came, I was like locked in,
Keke Palmer talking to a trash bag is funny. So like she just brings it out all the time.
She literally... I was not fast forwarding that. Like, I was locked in and she looked stunning. But no, Lala did a really good job because it was like more just like conversing, like having a little kiki, just like hanging. Yeah. What did you do before this? Like, did you have a hamburger? Did you have chicken fingers? Like, what were you doing? Did you have fries?
Can I
did you have a nice coffee? Did you have a Coca-Cola? What?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I saw not her. I saw Emma Chamberlain ask that question to Gigi Hadid.
Okay.
And her answer, seriously, like, I liked her. I didn't have anything, like, against her. After her answer, I seriously was rolling my eyes. She was the typical model coming to the Met Gala, and she said that she had, like, chicken fingers and fries, and she was like, I needed, like, fried chicken that helped calm my nerves. Shut up. I'm sorry. You're not eating fried chicken before the Met Gala. And, like... You're just not. You're having like a green juice. You're having something that de-bloats you.
I'm sure most of these people had like celery juice at 7 a.m., did their business and like went about their day, had like some sort of lymphatic, and then got ready, but then had something to eat. I'm sure. Like,
you seriously think she's eating fried chicken before going on the Met
I don't know
Gala
about Gigi Hadid, but like if Mindy Kaling said that, I'd be like, yeah, girl, yes.
It's so different.
So different. Okay. But no, Lala did great. She was honestly just having a conversation. It was never like critiquing the looks because there was no sort of panel to critique a look. Then there was two other girls, which I'm sure if you're watching now and you're just answering my question. It was two girls. I had no idea who they were.
I think I know who you're talking about. Was one of them wearing like a cape blazer thing?
Yeah, who was it?
I know that is Tiana Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other girl, I don't know. But I only know that because I sent a video. I think you might have sent it.
The Shah Rukh Khan one?
Yes, where they didn't know who he was. And
this is what,
everyone in the comments were like,
roasting.
You need to do your research because the designer even said, this is like one of the most famous people in the world. And so
the most famous person at Met Gala yesterday. Hands down.
It was so crazy. I was like...
But so they were the only ones that were kind of off the side for a reason because they really were, whatever.
Not great at the job.
Not great. But Lala did amazing. I just loved the two-camera visual of seeing the stairs because there's so many people that had trains yesterday.
Yes.
That was amazing to see.
Yeah.
Interviews, sure, like give me,
They're just never good.
They're never,
really.
and honestly, I don't need to hear you talk. Like you have nothing,
Yeah, I
like nothing that's gonna change my mind about like
besides
your outfit.
But at the Met Gala, I'm mainly looking to see their outfits. But like whenever Zuri was doing her interviews, I felt like the answers that she was getting, like they could have given better answers too. So I was just like, okay, this is not necessary unless it's like Keke Palmer that you're talking to.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just like the way that people were answering her, and they were nice, like no one was rude, but I just thought like they could have had like much better answers. I don't know. But yeah, it was fun, but it was
just like, give me your top
people.
Yeah, should we do a top? Ooh,
yeah, like the top and bottom.
Honestly,
who was your bottom?
I mean, she looks stunning, but Hailey Bieber, she gave us nothing.
Okay.
I'm wearing that now without my denim. Like, what?
Yeah.
She gave us absolutely nothing. Her jewelry, stunning.
Her
face, stellar. Hair, glossy. But
I feel like...
What was the outfit?
That blazer dress, like she could have been wearing it walking out of Sushi Park.
Yeah, but she does that all the time. It's always a YSL blazer, and like that's where she's going.
Yeah.
And so, not impressed.
She looks stunning.
She looks stunning, but like your face only does so much, especially at the Met.
Yeah. Honestly, like I don't.
Kendall also, that color charcoal on the carpet did not translate.
I really liked her look.
It's great. Like she looked pretty. The look was great, but like I just didn't love the. I don't know. I was bored. I was bored when both of them walked in.
I will say, like, last night I was having so much fun. Like, oh my God, what's everyone wearing today? Looking back, I am wondering, like, where all of the A-listers were. I had a feeling they wouldn't, but I was really hoping, like, Taylor and Travis would show up.
No.
And then, I know, like, Beyonce had a concert, like, 2 nights ago, but I was really hoping she would show up.
That would have been great.
Yeah, I was sad about that.
You know who else was missing? Oh, do you want to give everyone an update on Beyonce?
Yes. Oh, my God. I didn't even... Okay, so I am once again going to see Beyonce at a Vegas show in July. I am seriously so excited, and I didn't even realize this is going to be my second time this year going to see Beyonce.
No, when she told me, I was like, you to Beyonce is take all my money or take my husband's money. Because every single time you're just like, I don't know if I'm going to go to this show, you end up going.
No, I've never said that. I knew
Sonia.
As soon as Beyonce announced she was going to do the halftime performance, we booked it 15 minutes later. So
you're like, I'm going? No,
we booked it. It wasn't even like I'm going. Like
not like this last few rounds, but like before then, I feel like you'd be like, am I going?
No, never.
Never? You're just going to go automatically.
Yeah, the only...
Oh my God. There's not one person that I would do that for.
Though I think the only reason you're saying that is because whenever she came the week before my wedding, she came on a Thursday and my wedding started the next Thursday. The only reason I was going back and forth between that was because I don't have like the greatest immune system and I really didn't want to get sick in a stadium full of people. And that was also when there were rumors about like the forthcoming of COVID, you know? So I was like, I have to stay away.
Okay. So I took like one incident and like turned it into you saying
but every single time I knew I was gonna go this
well, we're gonna need another full recap.
Yeah, I'm just so happy because the closest place that she's coming near us is Houston.
Yeah.
But I just went to Houston for something else, and let me tell you, their hotels are seriously so sucky. And the last time I went to Vegas, I stayed at the best hotel. Like they had the best in-room dining, which is like so weird to say.
But Sonia, Vegas hotels are notorious for just being stellar. Like, so then you're expecting that from Houston, you're not going to get it.
I know. So I'm just happy that I'm going to Vegas so I can have like a whole trip. And it worked out because Shaquille, my husband, has like stuff that he needs to do for business in Vegas. And I'm not part of that. And so I have all day to seriously like do nothing. I'm thinking about getting like a blowout and like going to the spa because like what do I have to do besides attend Beyonce? So I'm just so happy. Like I already know I'm going to get the chicken noodle soup, their fried rice, their coffee. It was so good.
No, I keep seeing TikTok clips of Rumi and Blue, but Rumi walked, I don't know which show it was, but she was walking and she heard in her ear thing that everyone was cheering her name and she freaked out, like her eyes got so big, and then Beyonce was like, give it up for Rumi, and she was like,
It was
literally that's my face, like every time I'm excited, I'm like mouth wide open, I need to relax, but that's her.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'll let you guys know. But we got here because I think we were saying we wanted
more A-listers.
A-listers.
You know who also wasn't there? Blake Lively.
That is who I was hoping would show up.
Yeah, and I feel like her carpet looks are always great because she always does like a long train and just something a little dramatic.
She honestly like
to
say what you want about her. Her looks hit.
Yeah,
her
looks on the Met Gala.
Besides, in the It Ends With Us movie.
Okay. Well, no, that was our bottom. We are circling.
Yeah.
Do you have your top?
Honestly, like I don't have a top. I really liked Rihanna just because she showed up like pregnant, and she was I think the
also
last
her
person
announcing her pregnancy in the streets of New York. Here I am. I'm pregnant with my third child. Love it.
Yeah, she looks so good.
She came after the carpet was like donezo.
Yeah,
like 30 minutes later.
She had the whole carpet to herself,
but as it should be.
Yeah. Do you have a top?
Yes, and I do not know her name, so maybe you can look it up for me.
Oh.
She wore Gap, and it was a pantsuit. It was honestly Zach Posen for Gap, and I'm forgetting her name now, which I'm so sorry about. But it was like the Chloe vibes, and I love a wide leg jumpsuit.
I think it was Laura Harrer.
Oh, I'm not really sure.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was her.
sure who she is or what she's in, but wow.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was so different from what everyone else was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Either you were in a dress or like you were in a pantsuit, which I love a pantsuit. And Zendaya looked great, but she, I think, did it different than everyone else.
Yeah.
And the blousey sleeves, the drama of it, and just the way that she walked, and Zach Posen was like, "Here you go, here's my model." It was so cute. That was my favorite.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the actual bookish stuff now, because I don't even know how long we've been talking about the makeup. I honestly could keep going, but
okay, fine. Wait, you don't want to give me your favorite?
Honestly, I think Rihanna or Kendall Jenner. I really liked her. I don't know why. I just thought she looked so beautiful.
She always looks beautiful.
And
okay, but yeah.
I honestly like love that like gray suit material and just like the fit of it, the style, like I don't know, it was so cute.
I thought her hair looks really good too.
And her makeup, her face.
Her face just, you know.
Yeah, loved it. Okay. So before we get into the book to movie TV adaptations, let's announce our May book for a book club. Sarah, do you want to announce it?
Yeah, to do the honors. This was a very, very easy pick for May.
Easy.
We said in April we were going dark, and now we're back to the fluff and fun times. So our May book of the month will be, of course, Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Lie.
Yeah, Life.
Did
you say lie?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I please redo that?
Yes.
Okay.
I am kind of holding it away from you.
Okay, perfect. Well, Emily Henry's big. Oh my.
Sarah, I got.
No, you have to do it. You have to do it.
You're ruining my favorite author's new title. Okay, our May book is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And I'm so excited. Of course we had to do this.
Yes.
I'm glad that I didn't start before, but we have 2 weeks to read it now. If you're watching on the day of the drop, you have 2 weeks until our episode about it comes out.
And of course, like if you were to read it later in the summer, you can always come back to that episode.
That's true.
You know?
Okay, so now that we've announced that book, I hope everyone is excited. Honestly, I've been hearing like pretty good things.
Okay.
But for this one, it's not like fully romance. Like there's other things in there, which I think is nice for a book club.
Yeah.
So it's not just like he liked her, she liked him. You know, like there's not that much to say about it. So I'm happy
I will
that we'll
also say, are we going to talk about our May, what we're reading right now? Because
that's
I have
the next
some thoughts.
thing.
Okay, yay,
that's the next
go.
Thing. Current reads. Oh, let me say mine really quick. I'm gonna post my review of it like on Instagram too. But I just finished King of Envy by Ana Huang, and this was her newest release. I think it literally just came out like April 28th or something, 29th. I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. I was gonna be generous and give it 3 stars, but I gave it 2 because honestly,
you love Ana Huang.
No, I don't. I read her books because the lifestyle in the books, it's just so nice. Yeah. Like all of them are so rich. The Valhalla Club that now you know about, and you'll explain why later. But I love reading about that. And sometimes there's like darkness to the books, which I appreciate too. But this one, I felt like Anna could not figure out like what she wanted to do. It went so dark. Like it went almost to like mafia, but not. And it was so corny, kitschy. And then in the end, imagine like a book of violence, like crazy violence. And then the spoiler alert, cat saves the day. Like it was seriously so stupid. Yeah, a cat.
Oh my god, you're making me not like the book that I'm reading. Okay.
No. This is like unlike the others, I would say.
Okay.
You know, in a cartoon where like the bad guy's trying to do something and the cat like jumps on top of its face. Yeah. It was seriously that in book format.
Okay.
It was
I'll
really
let
dumb.
you like get away from that 2 out of 5 star book.
I was gonna DNF it, but I was like, I talked about it so much, I have to finish. So I'm happy I could give my thoughts now. Would not recommend.
How many hours did you waste reading it?
I don't even know, honestly.
Okay, scary thought. Don't bring it up. But you did influence me to read one of her books because just of the lifestyle, and I needed a lot of fluff.
Which one?
It's King of Wrath.
Okay, can you explain which one this is?
Okay, well, of course you know it's in New York. It's a billionaire. And
but,
they
like,
have
what
an
does the guy
arranged
do?
marriage.
Okay.
He's just a businessman. I'm at 25%, so maybe it'll go into it more.
Is the
but
girl
it's an arranged
Asian?
marriage. No. Oh yeah, Lao. Yeah, she is. And her family has a jewelry business. And
I know exactly which one.
Is it good?
It's
pretty good.
Yeah.
So far, 25%
Yeah.
in. Like, I haven't DNF'd it, which is rare.
I think it's a good one. Yeah.
But that's perfect. Like, after our April book, I need all the fluff that I can get. So this was my pick for that. And I loved it. And what else I'll be reading in May, aside from our book club pick, is Tinks's book.
Hotter in the Hamptons.
And I know you told me like a little bit of what it's about.
Yeah.
But I think that's a very small part of it. I don't think that's a full thing.
Let us know. From what I heard, it was a larger part.
Really?
But the way that people were talking about it, and should I just say it? Like, what it was?
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, I guess, but it's kind of been like around the internet. But the romance, or maybe one of the romances in the book, is a lesbian romance. And there was just some chatter online about, like, she said that she didn't have a ghostwriter, but then she said that someone else wrote the lesbian scenes.
I think she said the other part, there's someone else that consulted on those scenes, because she was like, I didn't know where I was coming from. Which so I'll let you guys know how that goes.
Yeah.
But I want to read it this month.
Okay.
Specifically because Aaron Foster is going to write the script for it to turn into a TV series, and obviously Sarah's going to produce it. So I must read that this month.
Wait, did you finish the King of Wrath book?
No, I'm at 25%.
Oh, okay.
I'll finish it.
I was going to say what your rating was.
I'm going to finish this one, and then I'll do our May book pick, Emily Henry. And then I will do Tinks.
Hotter in the Hamptons.
Hamptons.
Wish I was in the Hamptons.
Maybe in June.
Actually, speaking of Hotter in the Hamptons being turned into a TV series, let's get into our book to TV movie adaptations part uno, because there are so many, and this I just picked the ones that I feel like we would probably like watch the most.
For sure.
Okay, first up, The Summer I Turned Pretty. The last final season is coming up July 16th, 2025 on Prime Video, and the trailer has been released. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let me tell you. So the entire trailer is Jeremiah and the girl, oh my god, what is her name?
Belly.
Thank you. Belly and Jeremiah.
I only know because it's such an absurd name, but yeah.
They're trapezing around, like hugging, kissing, so happy in love. Then the last scene, Belly opens the door and there is a hey from Conrad. And that hey put me into a tailspin. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, they're teenagers. I need to watch this romance. And by the way,
did you read the book? Because I did not.
I read the first book. It was so bad. It was like, you know which cousin of ours should read it? That just had her birthday yesterday. Like, that's who should read the book. She's 12. And it was seriously like that bad.
Oh my god. That's
terrible. Very young adult. Okay. And then I watched the first season of the show. It was so cringe. I couldn't watch season 2. I will be watching this season, and I'm going to skip
season
over.
2.
And it was cringy, no?
It was, all of it is so cringy, but
Conrad is the saving grace.
He's just so angsty, though. He's so angsty, and he gets in his own way. You love an angst. I don't like an angst. I like steady Eddie, you know?
I love an angst.
She loves it. But it always comes out in July when there's like a little bit of like a lull, or you'll have like a break sometime in August and you can finish it over a weekend. You know? It's so hot outside. So,
So I'm super excited about that. Next up, Colleen Hoover's Verity is being adapted into a movie set to release on May 15th, 2026 in theaters through Amazon MGM Studios, starring Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, and Josh Hartnett. Anne Hathaway will play Verity Crawford. Josh Hartnett will star as Verity's husband, Jeremy. And then Dakota Johnson will star as author Lowen Ashley. And then Michael Showalter is reteaming with Anne Hathaway after they worked together on Prime Video's The Idea of You, which was also an adaptation from the best-selling book by Robin Lee.
Okay.
And sorry,
they can't
one more thing.
Okay.
Images from set were released of the intro scene where Dakota Johnson can be seen covered in blood on the streets of New York City.
I know Anne Hathaway did The Idea of You.
Yes.
They cannot say that's a best-selling book. I'm sorry.
It's a best-selling book, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was also very cringe. Like the whole idea of that book, The Idea of You.
Yeah.
It was cringe.
I didn't read it. I didn't watch the movie, but I was actually going to ask you because you've read the book, and I'm assuming you're gonna watch this movie. So you know my
thing. Did you read Verity?
No. So I have the physical copy of Verity. And I read the first page, and so as soon as I saw these images of Dakota Johnson covered in blood, I knew what it was because I read page number 1. And I don't know why I haven't read it, but I was gonna ask you, like, you know my thing about either reading or watching the movie. This sounds and looks like a great movie. Like, I love Anne Hathaway.
I love Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, I love her too. Should I read the book or should I go straight into the movie?
If it was any other Colleen Hoover book, I would say skip it.
Okay.
Verity.
I gotta read.
My favorite Colleen Hoover book, and it has literally stuck with me. Like, I think about that book, the way it ended, and the headspin that it takes you on.
Okay.
At least monthly. Like, anytime someone brings up Verity or they're like a Reddit, they are just like, what? Like, WTF, what was that? So this is something that you have to read, and I hope watch.
Okay, perfect. I don't know. Let's see if I can do both, but I am really excited. Like, I know they just released images from the set, but like the images that they released looked amazing. I feel like the production will be great. And I don't know.
Anne Hathaway's face, like, and Dakota's face, just love. So
I love both of them.
I'm excited for it.
I feel like that one is going to be really good.
I honestly don't know how they're going to make it less confusing than the book, but once you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. I just don't know how they're going to do that book justice. Okay. And I hope Colleen's involved.
She is.
To review the scripts.
So this part 1, honestly, is we have all of Colleen Hoover's adaptations. Because she has so many in the works right now. And from what I've read, she is like involved in the writing for all of these projects. I think in different
I really hope
what's the word? Different like components almost. Like for one, she did like the pre-writing and then it's going to a different writer. In the other, she is the screenwriter. So it just like depends on like the movie, but she's really part of the writing for
that all. Verity changes the narration of Colleen Hoover's like Hollywood identity, because I feel like she's been so wrapped up in the Blake and Justin of it all. I really hope Verity just takes us away from all of that, because
I think it's going to, because
how successful her books are, I think the movies have to be great.
I think they will, because honestly, Anne Hathaway is such a professional. So is Dakota Johnson. I don't know this Josh guy, but I'm sure he's fine. I feel like what happened on the previous set, like, even if you look at Blake Lively's interviews from like years ago, she was never like fully straight. It was always like a runaround answer. Yeah. But these people just seem like, and Dakota Johnson, she's like best friends with her boyfriend's ex, like Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, if you can have a good relationship like that, I feel like you're not a problematic person. No. So I feel like they'll be fine.
Also, I think she like calls it out like as is. Like, all I think about when I think of Dakota is her interview with Ellen. And how cringy that was. Ellen was like, well, you didn't invite me to your party.
Like, you were invited, Ellen.
No, I love it. So, I love it. They're both straight shooters, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Next up, Regretting You, also a novel by Colleen Hoover, is coming to the big screen through Paramount Pictures. The film is set to hit theaters October 24th, 2025, which is coming up. It's going to be here in no time. Big names include Scott Eastwood. He has an unnamed role currently. Dave Franco as Jonah. Allison Williams as Morgan Grant. McKenna Grace as the teenage daughter Clara. And Mason Thames as Miller. Josh Boone is the director who also directed the book-to-screen adaptation hit The Fault in Our Stars, and that like went viral in 2014. Everyone loved that movie. Yeah. And so I feel like that has a good bearing on Regretting You. And like Scott Eastwood, Dave Franco, like those are massive names. Allison Williams, I feel like you don't know her now, but you know her by the face.
I'm sure.
And October 24th, that's so like in a few months. Yeah. In like 6 months or something.
Have you read this book? I don't think I have.
You know what's so crazy? I have read so many Colleen Hoover novels. I have not read any of these 3 that we're going to be talking about today. Can you believe that?
No, I can't.
And I kind of don't feel like I need to read Regretting You.
I don't think so. Because if I'm not remembering anything about it, like there's no need. Yeah,
I remember Dave Franco. He was in that movie with Channing Tatum, and he was a really good actor in that movie. So
I feel like he's problematic, but I think he's so funny.
I think I'm just like skipping over that, whatever. But I feel like this will be good, and honestly, because it's coming up sooner than Reminders of Him and Verity. I feel I would have time to read it, but I feel like we'll be able to see during this press conference how her next projects will go.
Yeah.
Because for the other ones that are coming out in 2026, but since this is coming out like way sooner, I feel like they're going to start press probably during the summer. And so we'll be able to see like how the next movie does.
And both of those guys have such great personalities. I feel like they're going to be all over TikTok. Yeah. Colleen's going to be like, oh my God, I love them. You know,
I feel like they all will be financial hits. Like they're going to get their money back. They're going to make a profit. For sure. But there will be talk of, was the movie actually good? Was it not?
Right.
Yeah.
Which, subjective.
Yeah, so we'll see that. I'm like excited. Now I'm going to be going to the movies
in
October.
Colleen.
Also, okay, you said you don't remember what Regretting You is about. No. I'm just wondering, since it's October 24th, is it like a horror, like thriller vibes? It doesn't sound like it, Regretting You. I don't know. Okay, next one, like I mentioned, Reminders of Him, also a Colleen Hoover novel, is set for its movie adaptation release date for February 13th, 2026. It's done by Universal Pictures. There's so many big names in this movie that I'm so excited for, namely Bradley Whitford as Patrick Landry. He is Commander Lawrence in The Handmaid's Tale, and he is a phenomenal actor. We're on the last few episodes of Handmaid's Tale. We still don't know whether Commander Lawrence is like a good faith or bad faith actor. And he plays the part so well. He has such comedic timing in this dark show. Yeah. I feel like he is such like a well-rounded actor. He can play so many things. And weirdly, like on TikTok, you know those like street interviewers?
Yes.
So this street interviewer stopped Bradley Whitford and his wife on the street, and they were such nice people. And he just seems lovely. And so I'm so excited that he's going to be in this like blockbuster of a film. Some other names, Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls as Grace Landry. Lainey Wilson is also involved, but her character is unnamed as of now. But she's also like such a big name. So I feel like this one, and also
Can I say something controversial?
Oh, okay.
I think Lauren Graham's going to ruin this movie.
Why? Like, personally or as an actor?
Both.
You don't like Gilmore Girls, so I feel like that
I do like Gilmore Girls.
Well
she just bothers me. And I think she's going to ruin it. I really hope not. I
feel you, but I think knowing Bradley Whitford, and I'm guessing these two people are like related.
Possibly.
Because last names are Landry. I feel like they could play well together.
Okay.
From his aura, her aura, I feel like they'll do well.
For Colleen's sake.
I feel like a lot of people will come in for Lainey Wilson too. In February 13th, that's such a great time because now I know what I'm doing for Valentine's Day. I'm going to the movies.
Well, also, like, I'm pretty sure this book was sad. Why are we doing this for Valentine's Day?
Because it has a little bit of like the romance storyline to it. Yeah. And Colleen Hoover, like, even though her books are not fully romance, people just tag onto it as romance. Yeah. And so it's just like a marketing ploy, like romance book turn into a movie coming out Valentine's Day. Like,
they're gonna have a field day.
The marketing is right there.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. Also, before we move on from Colleen Hoover, I just want to say, I don't know if you go Colleen, bringing in the big bucks. I don't know if you noticed, Serge.
Wow.
Reminders of him, Universal Pictures. Regretting You is through Paramount Pictures. Verity is through Amazon MGM Studios. So it's
Those
not
are
like
the big names.
Big names. And it's not like she did like a 2-for-1, 3-for-1 deal with one studio where like the money is probably less like per project. Yeah. I'm sure she has big contracts through all of these different like production companies.
For sure.
And because like if you're doing like one through them, it seems like all of these companies were like clawing to get her project. Yeah. And so all of them had to like write the big checks because like
she probably took the best deal that she was offered for each film. Of the book.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that she moved away from like the mom and pops production companies like Justin's and went for the big names because
I feel like there'll be less
no longer exactly like everything's going to be professional. It's a corporate environment. Things are going to be by the book at all times.
And not only, I'm sure, did she get paid for just like giving the rights of the books, but also she's, like I said, involved in the writing for all of these screenplays. So that's another check.
For
like,
sure.
She is doing very well.
She is
I would love to see her bank
in,
account.
Is she in Austin?
Dallas.
What?
I'm pretty sure she lives in Dallas. Like, she,
how have we never seen her around Dallas?
I don't know, but I want to say she lives in like Grapevine, honestly. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure she lives in Grapevine.
Grapevine's a very like wild guess for you.
Because
Colleen,
I've seen her pop up in Grapevine. Like someone posted a picture with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their screening was in Grapevine for It Ends With Us.
That's too. But there was another place in Grapevine where she popped up.
Oh, okay.
Like a person that I know posted a picture with her. So yeah, go Colleen. I'm so excited. So the next one, I feel like it's gonna be like, what the heck? But production of season 2 of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder has officially begun. The book to TV adaptation of Holly Jackson's book will return for season 2 on Netflix, with Pip and Ravi having a new mystery to solve. This season will be based on the second book of the YA series, Good Girls Bad Blood. Mm-hmm. So I'm so excited for this because honestly, I knew previously that the show like came out on Netflix. I totally forgot, and right now I'm almost done with my shows.
So you know what you're watching next?
Yes, I'm going to be watching this. I wanted to read it. It's like no name, like actors that we don't know.
I don't think I've read it.
So the problem is I really wanted to read this book, but it is like a young adult series. And so I just didn't know if I would like really get into it. But I feel like the show will be good. The production of it looks so good. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, you can tell from the title, it's like about a murder. Yeah. And it kind of has like spooky vibes, which I love. So I'm so like ready to watch. Like the town just seems like it has a lot of gray, dreary days, you know?
You watch it and let me know how it is.
Yeah, and basically it's about this girl is in high school, and for like a school project, she decides to like try and solve this case from her town years ago, like 20 years ago, where a girl went missing. And so it like unravels from there. And I think Ravi is her like love interest in the book. But it sounds like a great book. It looks like a great show, so I'm gonna start it and let you guys know. And there's already one season, so I have something to binge. You know.
Yep.
Okay, the next one. It's an honorable mention. If you saw on our Instagram today, when I was reading this article and I saw this book, my jaw dropped. Okay, this is about the book Capote's Women by Lawrence Leamer. And I saw this book in the article, and first of all, in New York, I want to say like in December or something. Yeah. And I wanted to go to like bookstores and just pick up some like random books. And I literally like plucked this book off of a shelf. Like it wasn't on a special new edition bookshelf or anything. I just saw it and I was like, this seems like a nice book to have in my library in the future. And it was called Capote's Women, and it was basically about like women in high society and their drama. Sounds amazing. And then I was reading the article, like doing research for this Bookish episode, and it was about books like being made into TV series or movies.
Movies, yeah.
And turns out this book already has a TV adaptation. So I'm going to explain.
It's live?
It's live, okay? Let me explain. Currently streaming on Hulu for this book, the title is Feud, Capote versus the Swans, okay? So it's a different title than the actual book. This is part of Ryan Murphy's Feud series, an American anthology drama television series about famous feuds. There are currently 2 seasons dedicated to 2 different feuds, one being Capote versus the Swans, the other, which was season 1, Betty versus Joan, which is about actresses Betty Davis and Joan Crawford, namely their rivalry during the filming and production of the movie Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
Famous movie from the 50s or 60s. Okay. And I didn't know that they didn't like each other, had animosity. But season 1 of this was what they wanted to do, their feud. And season 2 is Feud, Capote versus the Swans.
The fact that this is Ryan Murphy.
Massive. And guess who's in it? It's Demi Moore. It's, oh my God, so many
How
other
have we
actresses.
not heard about this?
I seriously have no idea because the other actresses are big wigs too. And
I never really go on Hulu. But
I'm on Hulu
seen
now.
it on TikTok.
I'm on Hulu now for Handmaid's Tale. So the fact that they're not marketing this is seriously such a disgrace. It looks so good. And now I'm torn. Do I read the book? Do I watch the show? And we know Ryan Murphy has amazing production. And the idea of this series is so good. A feud series. Oh my God.
I think you need to watch it. Give it
a few years and then read the book.
And then read the book.
Yeah.
And also the title is different, so I'm assuming that there's going to be nuances to the show.
Yeah.
Versus the book.
Yeah.
So you'll have plenty of time.
I will say, this book, the description, the summary, it's very hard to tell what it's about. Even after reading the description of the show, I was okay, I don't think this is what I read on the book, so it's kind of confusing. But this book, I think it's basically
maybe it's inspired by the book, but not an adaptation.
So sorry, I don't think I described it correctly. So season 1, the Betty versus Joan, that obviously happened in real life. So this book is based on a true story in real life, which is why it's part of this feud series because it happened in real life. And I think the real life story is this author, he was part of he was within the circle of high society women. And he decided to write a book about their stories. And it's an unreleased book. He got so much flack from the women, they all turned on him. And so the actual book is, I think, based off of his unreleased book, and then the show is based off of that, the story. Yeah. So that's why probably it's a little bit different. But I didn't even realize that it was based on a true story. And this poor author, and so the Swans, Capote is the author, the Swans are the high society women that all turned on him.
No, the fact that all of these new shows are all inspired by our adaptations of books.
I love it so much.
So much.
And I'm so happy.
And also, it makes so much sense that there's already a script or there's a plot.
Yeah.
You come up with a script.
Backing of
readers, viewers, and how have we not done this in the past?
I don't know, but
everyone just kept doing remakes of things,
Yeah, let us know what movie or TV show you're most excited to watch. Yeah. We'll have a part 2 coming because there's a lot more.
There's so many Emily Henrys. Oh my gosh, it's a lot.
Yeah,
but we'll discuss
about.
Hopefully you read along with us in May.
Yes, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Yeah, we hope you love it. We hope you loved this episode. And now, if you needed a show, now you have options.
You have so many options. Okay, guys. Well, until next time, until our May Book Club episode, we hope you have a good one. Bye.
Bye.